And now it is time for the 2023 WWE Slammy Awards. This year in WWE was arguably one of the hottest the company has had in history. So many OMG moments, so many storylines, so many returns, so many great matches. It was so hard to put this all together. Well, let's not waste any time. Without further ado, our participants for Male Superstar of the Year. Now, this was obviously such a hard choice because currently, right now in WWE, there are so many baby faces on the roster. Jey Uso, Sami Zayn, Seth Rollins, L.A. Knight. So many great heels that broke out this year. Dominic Mysterio, Damian Priest. But ladies and gentlemen, you all know these Slammy Awards would not be legitimate. And I know he's only wrestled 3 matches this year, but he is the son that revolved around the WWE, the tribal chief, the head of the table, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Without Roman Reigns, there is no bloodline. Without Roman Reigns, there is no World Championship. Without Roman Reigns, there is no development of Sami Zayn and Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso and Solo Sikoa to the superstars they are today. Roman Reigns has a bigger impact on WWE, even when he's not around, than anybody else on the roster. Roman Reigns, for over 1,200 days, has been the undisputed Universal Champion. And I believe that's why he gets the nod for Male Superstar of the Year. Now, Female Superstar of the Year. There was not a ton of candidates, at least a little bit less than the men, but my candidates are Io Sky, Bayley, and the winner, without a doubt again, Rhea Ripley. No matter on Raw, no matter on SmackDown, Mommy, the women's world champion, ever since WrestleMania, has dominated the women's division. Now, Bayley and Io Sky, with their storyline on SmackDown, Bayley becoming essentially more involved with the injury to Dakota Kai. Of course, the Io Sky winning Money in the Bank, cashing it in, having her reign as the women's champion. You can make an argument for those two. But Rhea Ripley has certainly rose to not only be a star among the women's division this year, but to be a star in all of WWE and in a group where Dominic Mysterio gets massive heat, Damian Priest gets booed, JD McDonough gets booed, Finn Balor gets booed. I'm telling you right now, after being on Monday Night Raw live a couple weeks ago, it's all cheers for Rhea Ripley, who is absolutely turning into a global star. Now, match of the year. I'll be honest with you, any one of these matches you could pick for a legitimate winner. My top match that I have in mind, which in my opinion was a 5-star match, was the Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania 39 this past April night 2. Gunther, Drew McIntyre, Sheamus. The triple threat match was an absolute banger from top to bottom, and it will be a common theme throughout this list, this massive list. I don't remember ever having this massive of a list for match of the year in WWE, and Gunther is certainly a big part of it. Also, Seth Rollins, Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, Montez Ford, Johnny Gargano, Bobby Lashley. The men's elimination chamber this past February for the United States Championship, which of course involved Logan Paul costing Seth Rollins the match, Austin Theory retaining. I thought Bronson Reed, Montez Ford, Johnny Gargano, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, and Theory tore the house down. And really for Gargano, Reed, and Ford, 3 young superstars with 3 breakout moments. All 3 of them had tremendous success in that match. Obviously, Rhea Ripley, Charlotte Flair, night 1 of WrestleMania, outside of Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline, which is also on this list. I thought those 2 matches were the best 2 matches of night 1. Both War Games matches were absolutely terrific. They tore the house down. They were two of the best War Games matches I've ever seen. So, in my opinion, you have to put the men's and women's War Games matches on that list. The men's Money in the Bank ladder match, which had an absolutely unbelievable crowd. Um, there in London was on fire. Obviously, everybody went LA Knight to win the entire briefcase. That was fantastic. How about the Bloodline versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn at Night of Champions when when Jimmy Uso turned on Roman Reigns? That pop in Saudi was electric. The build up to the match and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn finally getting their revenge on the Bloodline. What about Roman Reigns versus Sami Zayn at Elimination Chamber with that crowd in Montreal chanting, "Fuck you, Roman"? Incredible. What about the match on Labor Day between Gunther and Chad Gable on Raw? Pretty much almost a 5-star instant classic. How about Gunther and The Miz at Survivor Series? A very underrated match. The nice show there with The Miz delivering the low blow to Gunther, the skull crushing finale. We all thought Miz could have become the Intercontinental Champion, but it was not meant to be. What about Backlash? Bad Bunny, Damian Priest, the Puerto Rico street fight. What a freaking match that was. How about Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn against the Judgment Day at Payback in Pittsburgh in the Steel City street fight, where Kevin Owens, of course, jumped up from the apron and took out Dominic Mysterio. And then, of course, you've got Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes, night 2 of WrestleMania. We all know how it went down. Many fans aren't happy. I'm happy the Tribal Chief was able to retain his championship. But again, just a long, lengthy list of matches for the year in WWE. Pretty much any match that involved Roman Reigns or Gunther, you could put on the top of that list. Just so many incredible moments, so many incredible crowds. How about oh my God moments? Obviously, the CM Punk return is obviously number one, but right behind it are the two turns on the bloodline with Sami Zayn and Jey Uso. Of course, Sami Zayn at the Royal Rumble, that nuclear pop, and the reaction, the surprise when Jey Uso said, "I'm out too," and boom, the super kick to the head of the table, the Tribal Chief Roman Reigns. How about that SmackDown in Colorado where The Rock and Pat McAfee made a surprise return on SmackDown and took out Austin Theory, and then John Cena showing up as a legitimate surprise at Money in the Bank in London. Again, another nuclear pop. So many oh my God moments this year, and of course, you can include the returns of Randy Orton, the recent return of AJ Styles. WWE was completely on fire this year. Now, for Breakout Superstar, obviously, main event Jey Uso, Damian Priest, and Dominic Mysterio of the Judgment Day. Still getting nuclear heat. Damian Priest as well, developing his character as well as his wrestling. How about the Creed brothers? I think they've shown up on Raw and made an instant impact, and I think that they could be up there as a breakout tag team in 2024 altogether. I love their wrestling style. They're already with Cody Rhodes and connecting on the main roster. But without a doubt, ladies and gentlemen, the most breakout superstar of 2023, the man who at this time last year was getting almost no reaction in a feud with the late, great Ray Wyatt. L.A. Knight. Yeah, because L.A. Knight, yeah, is taking over the globe a lot like the Yes movement took over the globe a decade ago. For Best Premium Live Event, oh, this was hard. And this is going to be our last Slammy Award, but I got to go with Backlash, Survivor Series, Elimination Chamber, Money in the Bank, Royal Rumble, and WrestleMania 39. I believe all of those are in the A to A plus tier. It's very hard to rank them which overall was better because Money in the Bank, that London crowd was just so special. Jey Uso pitting Roman Reigns in the Bloodline Civil War, which you can make an argument as well as another match of the year candidate. The specialness of WrestleMania 39, especially night one with that Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn against the Usos. Night two, Edge and Finn Balor inside Hell in a Cell. Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes for the Undisputed Championship. Elimination Chamber in Montreal. Edge and Beth Phoenix defeating Finn Balor and Rhea Ripley. And then you have, of course, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn, the two Elimination Chamber matches. I thought the men's was a little bit better than the women's. Survivor Series, say no more with the two War Games matches, the returns of CM Punk and Randy Orton. And then obviously Backlash. I already mentioned the San Juan, Puerto Rico street fight. Damian Priest, Bad Bunny. Cody Rhodes also defeated Brock Lesnar on that show where Lesnar bled from head to toe. And Bianca Belair and Io Sky had a very good opening match for what was still at that time the SmackDown Woman, or excuse me, it would have been the Raw Women's Championship because Rhea Ripley had the SmackDown Women's Championship, which she defended against Zelina Vega in Zelina's hometown. I'm very excited for WWE in 2024. You take a look at this list of best premium live events: Money in the Bank, Elimination Chamber, Backlash, all not in the United States. And I'm excited to see how these international crowds in Berlin and down under in Australia, how they live up to the shows this year. Triple H has been on absolute fire this year in WWE. We've got LA Knight, we've gotten CM Punk, we've gotten Jey Uso, we've gotten Sami Zayn, we've gotten Seth Rollins, the World Champion. Randy Orton is back. Gunther is at the top of his game. Rhea Ripley becoming a star. Dominic Mysterio, the massive heel heat. Santos Escobar definitely has a shot to be a breakout star in 2024 as well with his storyline currently with Rey Mysterio. But it all revolves around the son of the head of the table, the tribal chief, the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, Roman Reigns. Let me know if I missed any moments, especially when it came to Best POE or Breakout or OMG, or if there's a men's superstar of the year or a female superstar of the year that you would have liked to see on my list. Going up next on the Brandon's World Christmas special, I sit down with Michael Reiner. Not only are we going to talk about all of this wrestling stuff, but all things NFL. He's a huge Steelers fan. We dive into the Steelers dilemma with Kenny Pickett. Once again, CM Punk returning. Great business for WWE. AEW struggling and more.